Get 'em, Jimmy. Where low shack at? The bottle's getting empty, I'm not cracking. We stacking chips, all of this. What I want, plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pump sports radio. Time to get educated. Bouquett produce, fade the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call it truth. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we lead. Oh yeah, pubbing. We be pubbing.
All right. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into Betting with Bouquett. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thank you guys for watching as always. Jimmy, sick today. Feeling a little sick. Unfortunately, I have to put my Marcus Smart cereal somewhere else right now. Sick today, so I'm filling in for him. Loaded show. Obviously, we've got NHL playoffs coming up here. Mini MLB slate. I'll be tackling that basically solo here. Dabby Cab will be on to give us a waffle, it seems like. Maybe a bet for Dabby Cab, but we'll talk about his play here soon. And then we have NBA and WNBA action with Billy Brisbane here. So excited to chat with all of you guys. Shout out to the chat. And yes, I know, no Jimmy today, so no CFL. Swiggy, I'm sorry. I knew that was, I looked at the schedule. That was the first thing. And I was like, well, Jimmy, unfortunately, the CFL breakdown might not be that good, but we'll talk to Mr. Gokster and see if he has any CFL thoughts, because that's his league, not ours, unfortunately. But shout out to everyone in the chat, bright and early here. We appreciate you guys, as always. Shout out to Billy Friedrich, Pig Milk play of the day, White Sox first five there. I do like that, Billy. I'm going to write that down as well. And he also gives a shout out to our boy Tease, and shout out to Tease again here. Passing away recently, and we just learned about it. So shout out to Tease. Our hearts and prayers and thoughts all go to his family, his daughter Alexis, who we're starting a fundraiser for here soon. We have to get in contact with her so we can funnel that money to her. Once we get all that squared away, we will let you guys know how you guys can support that. Obviously, Tease was a big part of our community. Jimmy's a lot better at these, heartfelt things. If you want to hear Jimmy talk about it, go watch the beginning of last night's stream. But yeah, it was just a great guy. We all met Tease. Gokster was there at Palooza 1 as well with the tit cake and all that good stuff. So shout out to Tease. His memory will be always living here in this group, this chat. And whenever I think of the WNBA, I know one of the first people I think about is Tease, because I said it last night. That dude took the WNBA seriously, bet the WNBA before anyone I knew. Everyone always just obviously clowned on the WNBA. You can't bet this shit, blah, 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 blah. And Tease fucking went out there and did it, made money, and was a professional gambler do it. So shout out to the dub, shout out to Tease, and hopefully we have a good day today for our guy T. So White Sox first five will be on my card. That's an easy way to get me to bet something, Billy. If you make it in honor of T's here today, I've basically got to bet it. So shout out to you there, Billy. We'll be on that as well with you. Braves team total over 4.5. Stacks play of the day. Shout out to you, Justin. Gerald Jones here. Billy also like crochet outs. Good morning, Michael Lester. Serious business in here as well. Swiggy, nice to see you. Saturated. Doug likes some Orioles here, and Pirates -1.5. Very interesting. Full game will be very interesting to see that. Shout out to you, Nuke Worker, Nate Dog. By the way, Nuke Worker, I told Helga about Tisa passing away, and she automatically assumed it was you. And I was like, fuck, that's fucked up. That's some ageist ass shit right there. So shout out to you, Nuke Worker. I'm glad you're still around here, my man. Morgan Spooner dropping his Pissies Cheerios play of the day. And it's actually Pussy Cheerios today. But we know it's also Pussy and Pissy. Francisco Lindor over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, -135. Also likes his base prop. Philadelphia money line, Detroit -1. Jeffrey Blue, nice to see you. Iskidit is what I call you. I don't know what to really name you here, but shout out to you, my man. BT, Rally Buns, Morgan Spooner. Let's get after it. Jason Torres, great question. Broom's right here, buddy. Broom's right here, and it's coming with me on Friday night, as always, or not as always, I guess I should say, but it's coming with me on Friday night. and we'll be there live on location Friday night for Game 4. So it's going to be fun. But let's get after this show, guys. Today will be obviously a little bit of a quicker show. Me doing baseball kind of solo. It's going to be interesting. We've been on a good run. We had a winning day yesterday, and I'm excited to talk about all these sports here. So let's start off with our first guest here, and I've mentioned him already once or twice on the show here. Been to all 3 Paloozas, I believe. One of the few people that can say that, I think. Gokster might correct me if I'm wrong here, but his golf game is phenomenal. Gokster, by the way, me and a buddy shot an 82 yesterday combined. It was very nice. Felt good about ourselves. But the one, the only Mr. Gokster joined the program. Yeah, we felt really good about ourselves, Gokster.
That's awesome. 82, little combo score there. Were you playing best ball or were you playing your own ball?
No, best ball.
Best ball. Still, 82 is a solid score, bro. That's awesome. And just shout out to Teese and the fam there. My condolences to everybody in their family. Sending my prayers, my thoughts with them. I got to meet Teese there. Great guy, great energy. And like you said, WNBA. There was a guy that was doing WNBA before it was big. It was Teese, and we made a lot of money with Teese. So shout out to Teese and just sending my best to him. But looking forward to what we got going on today, Jose. We got some good hockey, and I heard someone in the chat there talking about CFL. So I've been doing a bit of numbers here for this game, so I might have just a little insight, a little look on this Winnipeg and Ottawa game later on. So
okay, beautiful. Well, let's talk about the NHL first. So then we'll provide Swig with his CFL corner. Shout out to you, Swig. But let's talk about a series that looks kind of familiar if you've been watching the NBA. Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers here.
Yeah.
Gokster, I'm saying this because it feels like it's Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl versus the entirety of the Florida Panthers. And I don't think that's going to work in hockey, and it's not working in NHL, Gokster. So I was pretty surprised to see minus 130 here for the Edmonton Oilers. Again, this is very similar to what it felt like for the Mavs were being favored last night. Yeah. But I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about this, Gokster. Quickly, I'll give you guys markets. I know we don't typically talk about markets in this sport we call NHL, but I think it'll be a little helpful today. My 46% of the bets, 47% of the money on the Edmonton Oilers, pretty split right down the middle here, which is always exciting in these games here. This line opened up, I'll tell you guys right now, this money line opened up at minus 130, has not moved at all. And same for the total here, and we'll look at that total right now market-wise. Total, we have 46% of the bets and 57% of the money on the under in this game. Expecting another tight game because Florida's defense, again, has been clamping down on these fools. Very interesting to watch. Mr. Gokster, what do you have to say about this game?
Well, where do we start? I'm going to start with this, guys. The reason why I think that line is what it is because of their captain, Barkov. Barkov, he took a bit of an elbow, some say cheap shot, depending on what country you're from our guy Draisaitl. He was out for the rest of the game, but there's good news here. Barkov was a full participant in practice yesterday, Jose, and he even traveled with the team. So he's looking like he is going to be in the lineup, Barkov. And it's not like a lower body or like any of his hands or shoulders or anything. It's literally the jaw. So he might even have a cage on for all we know in this game. So that's not going to really affect him, I think, too much. And then Tarasenko, he should be in the lineup, but he did not practice. And then the injuries on the other side, the line is minus 135. People just know how much, guys, game 3 is important, especially when you're down 2-0 already. They go down 3-0, Jose. It's good night, Jim Kite. So this is a huge game, and that's kind of the same thing what happened with the Mavericks. So people thought the Mavs, just based on how they're down 2-0, and the thing with Edmonton, though, is Luka was kind of banged up, right? Edmonton, Draisaitl, for the most part, he is healthy. Hyman's healthy. That's another guy you didn't bring up there. Zach Hyman, look for him to have a big game tonight. And Connor McDavid, they're all still, for the most part, healthy, not completely, as it is the playoffs. So I think we're going to get a really good effort from their top players. Now, Bouchard has played a lot, and Nurse, he's going to go, they're saying now. Nurse is going to go. but he hasn't looked too good, Jose. He's been a -2 plus minus, guys. I think he's had 2 shots on goal in his last 5 games, so he's definitely not 100%. I would rather CC going there. But with that being said, both teams are banged up at this time. And then another thing is Kane, our guy Evander Kane, Jose. I think he's going to be out of the lineup from what I'm hearing there. And they're going to bring in Perry as well. So there's a lot of question marks here. Like, that's not 100% confirmed, guys. That's just kind of what the beat writers are saying. So Perry's going to be in the lineup. Kane, I'm not too sure if he's going to be in. There's been no confirmation on Kane yet. And they're saying Nurse is going to go despite having a bit of a hip injury. So I think Perry's going to go, though, and fill in that line with Mark and Henrique. I could be wrong. But yeah, guys, it's a lot of moving parts right now. And then just some numbers for you. They've only had 1 goal, Edmonton. With that being said, though, they've been pushing the pace for the most part in this series. If you ask me, high danger save percentage here, or saves, that is. So that's just the higher the danger, the more likely you're going to score, obviously. I'm not going to explain that to you guys. But 9 of 9 saved from Bobrovsky. So he's made 9 of those 9 saves high danger. They've only had 1 high danger opportunity. That's Florida, and Skinner made that save. He just needs to be he needs to lock down. If Skinner has a bad game here, then it's going to be similar. Actually, I did a little deep dive here, guys. It's going to be similar to the Tampa Bay series when they're up 2-0 against Tampa. Went on the road to Tampa Bay, and they won that game 5-3. So a lot of weight is going to be in our guy Skinner, but I think Edmonton's going to they have to push the pace here in this series, Jose, especially being down 2-0. And then more deep dive numbers, nerd numbers for you guys. Goals for, goals against, home and away. So how are these teams starting? This is a big discrepancy I found here. Edmonton's scoring 13 goals in the first, 14 in the second, 9 in the third. Florida on the road, only 4 in the first, 10 in the second, 12 in the third. So they only gradually get better, which is a sign of a good freaking hockey team. But that's 13 in the first for Edmonton and only 4 for Florida. And then also Florida allows 7, 4, and 6. So they're going to allow more goals in the first period. So that's where we're going to be looking, where we're going to be betting this game, guys, putting our money down on tonight, is going to be Edmonton in the first period, Jose, and Edmonton to score the first goal in this game. I actually remember I was on this against Tampa Bay, and it did lose. But in this situation, I sound like Ricky there, or Bubbles, situation. I expect this is – the barn is going to be absolutely rocking. The energy in this game is going to I don't know how long it's going to last for Edmonton, but in the first period, they're going to come out like gangbusters. And another thing is Hyman. No one's talking about Hyman. He had a bad game last game. He only had 1 shot on goal, Jose. For the most part, this guy's 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 4, 5, 4, 2. Like, this guy puts up a lot of rubber on net. That's Hyman, Shaq Hyman, as the NBA guys like to call him. Expect him to have a lot of have an impact in this game, guys. So I'm also taking Hyman over 3.5 shots on goal, -105. Last time he had 1 shot on goal, we had to go all the way back to the LA Kings series. And what happened the next game? He had 4 and a goal. So look for Hyman to have plenty of time on ice too, and should make an impact in this game. So over 3.5 for Hyman. And then I'm taking a goalie prop here, Jose. A couple more numbers to back this play up. Skinner's averaging only 20 saves at home. So he is allowing a little more goals. His goals against is, I think, 2 or 3.13 at home. But if Edmonton's going to dictate the pace, it's going to be the counterattack. They're going to have to worry about Edmonton here. And there's going to have to be key saves from Skinner in this situation. Yeah, so I'm going to take Skinner under 25.5 saves, guys, -105 tonight. Just expecting, like I said, it's going to be a lot of Edmonton. Now, and I don't see Edmonton getting up too much, like 2-0, and then sitting on this, and then Florida just kind of like it could happen, but I don't see that. Just based on how the numbers are and just how this game I expect it to go, Edmonton can't allow Florida to dictate this pace. They got to play a full 60 minutes. So under 25.5, -105.
Under. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, Vitalis. I don't know if you saw this. Vitalis saying all the articles are saying over, and the NHL experts he respect are all saying under 5.5 here, Ghoster. So convince Vitalis one way or another. He's asking.
Well, this is it. Look at the last game: 0.86, 0.43 expected goals 5-on-5. It's the power. I didn't talk about this, special teams. That is where Edmonton, they've had a lot of opportunities, but they haven't been able to beat Bobrovsky. So they're doing all the right things, Edmonton. They just haven't been able to kind of catch a break or at least get the lead against this team. Bobrovsky's played so damn well. And another thing, when Perry's going to come in this lineup, he's going to be the net presence they need. You need someone in front of the old Officer Bobrovsky there on the case. He's just so damn good if you don't have someone in front of Bobrovsky. So Kane's going to he's going to be a pest. He's probably going to take a couple shots to the face, hopefully get some penalties out of it. But yeah, the Perry in the lineup is going to be really big for, I think, Edmonton tonight. And then another thing about the over-under, just when you're this long into the playoffs for the most part, these teams are so tired. Like you're pretty tired. Another thing I didn't talk about is the travel. It's 6-hour plane ride, Jose. It's like going to Europe from New York, from Florida all the way up to Edmonton. And some beat writers were telling me there was a huge rainstorm. I guess people in Florida can maybe tell us this. There's a massive rainstorm in Fort Lauderdale last night. So their plane didn't come in till, I guess, 9 or 10. It was delayed. So they didn't get in till late last night in Edmonton too. So take that for what it's worth. Just, their plane got delayed. So if there's a time maybe Edmonton can get them, it could possibly be this game. I think game 3. I didn't take them to win this game now, minus 135 or 130. I think it's a little rich. But with that being said, first period, I'll lay it in the first.
All right.
The lower scoring game is live. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful work there, Gokster. That was a great breakdown of the NHL playoffs. I obviously don't have much to add there. So Gokster, great job. Could you just recap one more time?
Who do you like, Jose? Well, just for the people in the chat.
I think the Panthers just whooped their ass. Yeah, no, I think this is a sweep too.
Ooh.
I think this is the same thing. We're watching in both sports here, so it's kind of funny. But Gokster, we have a lot of sports that you cap here all going on here at the same time. We've got obviously hockey is going on, and today I believe first day the U.S. Open.
It is.
Golf.
What a track.
So I have a friend that has played Pinehurst. Shout out to him. Yeah. No. Cool. He gave it was my friend that plays baseball. He gave a guy a foul ball once, and that guy happened to be like one of the greenskeepers and let him on and such. Shout out to him. Nice. But Pinehurst, great course. Obviously, we've seen all the balls falling off the green. Gokster, I'm going to full screen you because I want to go get some water because I just realized I don't have any. So I'm going to give you the full screen, Gokster, giving you your time to shine. Gokster's U.S. Open golf picks and predictions. Let us know.
All right, guys. Well, let's get a little update right now. Matthew Pavone, the Frenchman, at 5 under. He eagled a par 5. Didn't think there'd be many eagles on this day, but he's leading the tournament right now. With that being said, I got a couple guys first round leader in the mix. We got Tony Finau, Bigfoot Finau, as our guy Babano likes to say. I took Aberg as well. I got some matchup bets, but this course, guys, it's going to be a beast. Our guy Koepka, he's 3 deep as well. 5 majors from Koepka as well. This guy's, and people don't talk about him enough. Russell Henley's doing well, 3 under. Cantlay's 2 under, so you got the big names in this. It's good to see. Tiger was doing well. A little update on Tiger. I think he's 3 or 4 over now, so he's kind of struggling. But with that being said, guys, this course is just an absolute beast of a track. It will be on all 4 days. But my picks, you guys can check them out. Gokster 99. I'm going to give out some outrights. I told one of the guys on Twitter there, we're going to give out an outright play after the cut. So after Friday, we're going to see kind of how these players are how they're playing, how they're just how they're playing the course, I guess you could say. We're just watching now. Pavone just went in the bunker, so he's got to make an up and down there. But this track is just unbelievable. I'll have some outrights after Friday for you guys. But yeah, this should be a good track. I just want to go back to this hockey game quickly. Just back to the hockey game really quickly here. It's going to be a lower scoring game. I do agree with that, but I really wish CC would have been in. Just CC's got 4 shots on goal his last 5 games. He is only a -1 compared to Nurse's -3 and 2 shots on goal. So only thing I worry about it's just who's gonna be dressing tonight? That's another thing for Edmonton. So many question marks. So with that being said, yeah, I really like the Oilers to show up here. But yeah, the golf guys, it's a great tournament right now. All the big names are in it. And we still got, listen to this group. We got Xander Schauffele, we got Rory McIlroy, and we got Scotty Scheffler all in one group coming up at 2:00 Eastern. So tune in for that, guys. Best golfers in the world are coming up. So
yeah, and follow Mr. Gokster on Twitter at Gokster99. And he's a matchup bets king right now. Matchup bets king.
We're doing really well.
Swig wants some CFL action. So do you have any? Can you touch on the CFL real quick before you go, Gokster?
Yeah, I'll do a little quick touch up on it. Just looking at Winnipeg, coming off to a slow start this year. 2 preseason games, only 12 and 10 points, allowing 25 plus to Saskatchewan and Calgary. And then they played at home, their home opener there last week. Lost to Montreal, who's a much improved team, 27-12. So they got to get it going. And they're 6.5-point favorite, I believe, in this game tonight against the Ottawa Redblacks. And the Redblacks are the complete opposite. They've been winning their games in the preseason. More improved team. I can't list off the players like our guy Babano, even Jimmy. But I wouldn't be laying 6.5 with Winnipeg right now. They haven't been able to put up a lot of points. And Ottawa has to start the season. And this is their home opener, too, for the Redblacks and Ottawa tonight. So, and it looks like there's rain coming. I can tell you right now, storms are brewing, and that's towards Ottawa from here. So maybe look at possible under an Ottawa Redblacks plus 6.5. That'd be my take.
All right. Well, beautiful work, Gug. So thank you for joining me and carrying the NHL here today. I like Lord Stanley in your background. I learned who Mr. Stanley was recently. I forgot what his first name was already. I got told in the chat, but I was very curious. I was like, Stanley? Just Stanley?
I should know this. The Hockey Hall of Fame's right in our backyard. But yeah, Stanley Cup.
Really?
Yeah, the Hockey Hall of Fame's here in Toronto. And they revamped it too. I should really check it out. Anyone in that area, maybe we'll make a little low bagger event at the Hockey Hall of Fame and then hit up a bar and make some bets. That sounds like a good plan. Talk to Jimmy about that.
That does sound like a lovely time. That does sound like a lovely time.
But no, it's Stanley Cup should be if they lose tonight, it'll be in the building on Saturday, guys. So one of the best trophies in sports. Lord Stanley.
It is one of the best trophies in sports. Follow Mr. Gokster on Twitter at Gokster99. Great follow. My last question for you, Gokster, is that have you and Belleville as a whole recovered from that crushing defeat you guys had? And I don't think it was a Memorial Cup, but in the playoffs of your AHL or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago. We're over it. We kind of – it sucks. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much into it, but Cleveland and Hershey just played last night. Cleveland was down 3-0 in the series to the Hershey Bears. They came back 3-3, tied the series, and then they tied the game in Game 7, went to overtime just to lose to Hershey 3-2 in overtime. So it's going to be the same final in the AHL, guys. If you're big hockey nerds, AHL final, the exact same as it was last year. Coachella Firebirds, the Seattle affiliate, and the Hershey Bears, who won last year. That's the Washington Capitals affiliate. They'll be starting that up on Saturday, I believe, or possibly tomorrow. Actually, I think it's tomorrow. So I think Coachella is going to bounce back, and I think they're going to win it this year. So plenty of AHL hockey and also ECHL, a little ECHL for you.
Oh, thank God.
Third league hockey. The Florida Everblades were the 3-time champions of the I should know the cup name. It's slipping my mind, but they are the 3-time champs in the ECHL, which is just what a wagon. Talking about the Florida or the Tampa Bay Lightning trying to go three-peat. Look at the Florida Everblades. They went 3, and there's a guy on Belleville from that team. Shout out to Ewens there, Randy Ewens' kid. So anyways, enough about me. Let's get into the picks coming up here, guys. It was a treat as always. Jose, I'll be watching the golf. And
Yep.
we got soccer coming up. Is there anything for soccer going on? Big sports.
I don't think anyone has any plans. You gonna bet the Euros?
I might get a little Euro action. Italian here. I like my Italian soccer. We finally made the Euros after not making it for fucking 8 years. So
Sure.
yeah, I might. Any soccer nerds, let's maybe fire up something soccer. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well, I'll try to get that started. And Andrew G. Copa America is very big this year for me as
USA,
well.
Canada too. Canada's in it.
Fuck both of them. Venezuela's in it this year, and
Get,
that's huge cookies for me.
bro, we got Argentina first game. We're fine. We're fine.
Good luck, Gokster. See you soon, my guy, Mr. Gokster joins us there. Thank you, as always, G-Man. That was always enjoyable talking to him. By the way, again, another shout out to Dom Ricci in the chat, and shout out to Nufflush Allen also joining us here. I know you both, I'm sure, mourning our guy Tease as well. And when I was doing my research to try to find some good, photos of Tease or whatever, all I found was just like tweets of Nutflush, like adding Tease and life updates and sharing that stuff. So I was thinking about you a lot, Nutflush Allen. So hope you and your family, hope you, Dami, are doing well, because I know you guys very close to Tease. You guys knew him really well. And I appreciate you guys for being in here because, like you said, this is a community, guys. Just come in, get the love from your brothers here. We'll wrap our arms around you and take your mind off this, my man. So don't you worry, Dom. Nutflush, we appreciate you both for being here. All right, let's start talking some baseball here. Going to tackle this card solo. Dabby Cab will be on the Pittsburgh St. Louis game. Be fun to see what he has to say about that. He'll obviously be on Saturday, which is going to be interesting to see how we do Saturday, because we're going to be together on Friday night. I anticipate that being a late night, so we'll see how that goes. There might not be a say hey on Saturday. It might be a recovery day, so I'm letting you guys know ahead of time on that right now. But let's talk about our first game here. Great game, Braves, Orioles, Cole Irvin, Reynaldo Lopez on the bump here as well. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say about these games here. I'm obviously going to be capping all these with you guys in the chat here. And so let your opinions be known. If you think I have a shit opinion on a game, please let me know. Get me off a bet if you don't like it, et cetera, et cetera. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I saw Ron Crawford drop his plays in here. Atlanta was on the spreadsheet dogs list here, with the White Sox being the spreadsheet dog. So thank you, Ron Crawford, and shout out to you, my guy. We appreciate you. Joe, it'd be kind of funny if I did have just a cardboard cutout of Jimmy with me, just like always here, just looking over my shoulder. But yeah, shout out to you there, and shout out to you, Regin. Nice to see you here. Irvin versus Reynaldo, and we've talked about both these guys for quite a while now. Reynaldo Lopez, just been great this year. Like, I was trying to find the right adjective to say it, because I was like, is he going to be like is great really it? But he's just been great. He had maybe one of his worst starts of his season a few starts ago, but just bounced back nicely. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs off 2 home runs against the Nationals last time out at the Nationals. Great start. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run against Oakland. Another great start. And the worst start of his season is only 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned at Pittsburgh. So he's just been solid all year. And I respect the hell out of him for it, because he was very fringe at the beginning of the season and now is firmly in, could be not an all-star, but could start a playoff game for this damn team for all we know. Now, Cole Irvin on the other side, just as phenomenal this year, and maybe more shocking, because we've seen Cole Irvin on the A's and he was just kind of meh. Came to the Orioles last year and was still pretty meh, and then this year has just been good again. 5 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 home run, 6 Ks, no walks against Tampa Bay. And that was off a back-to-back off of them as well. So that was their second start. And the first start, very identical. 6 1/3, 8 hits, 2 earned runs there on a home run, 1 K, 1 walk only there. So he's just been solid, and it's back-to-back. That's pretty impressive to do that. Now let's talk about Braves numbers against lefties here, because I'm sure everyone is very interested to see those. So we've got, let me do a refresh here of my splits real quick so we can get updated numbers. So from the beginning of the season to today, Braves against lefties are still top half, 14th, 103 weighted runs created plus. So very slight above average there. If we're saying 3% above average from the 19th to today, shorter sample size, Braves are 27th against lefties, 81 weighted runs created plus. That is nuts here. Baltimore obviously pitching or hitting and pitching well, I should say, as well. Baltimore best against righties this portion of time. Again, I don't know what to call that really, but since the 19th to today, they're the best against righties here. In a full season, they are 5th against righties, 113 weighted runs created plus. So I lean Orioles, but I just don't have confidence in it, honestly, because the bullpen is pretty shaky, as we all know here. I'll go over money line markets and all that stuff here in a second, as well as we'll talk bullpens. We do have confirmed lineups here. Adley and Gunnar are both in with Cowser, Westberg, Santander. So they're all in. Harris, Alsbees, Ozuna, Olsen, Riley, all in for Atlanta. And let me grab my bullpens here as well, because it's always nice to see who has rested bullpens and as such. But moneyline market here, we'll start with that. Wow, 77% of the bets and 98% of the money on the Orioles here. I think, Billy, you might be right when this is a line that feels like it's begging you to bet the Orioles here. And it's got everyone on it. Open up at minus 110, has not really moved much at all. That's very interesting. Yeah, and it opened up a minus 110 at our friends at Bet Online, and it's minus 109 now. So I'm leaning the Braves now after that. That is very telling. 41% of the bets and 38% of the money on the over. So this is one of those rare, more people betting the under spots here. 59 and 62. This total has not done much here. It went from 8.5, actually moved up to a 9. It was 8.5 minus 118. Now 9 minus 120 at Bet Online. So definitely seems like the Braves could be touched up here. So I like Justin's. I believe that was your stacks play of the day. Team total over here, 4.5 here. TJ says, call me square, fading Atlanta again. Baltimore's best 4 relievers are available. Atlanta 0-4 is a road dog here. And J-Dub, you know the beautiful thing about last night is I'm not even drunk. Everyone thinks I'm hammered when I'm being ridiculous. That's au natural. So natural. Kong's Clips, I just bet the over. Lip Picks likes Braves money line not getting swept there. And that's, I could see that Adami saying on most teams Irvin would be 2-6, not 6-2. Orioles do give him the backing he needs there. I think I'll stay off here, but I do like a Braves team total. I do lean over as well in this game, as you guys mentioning, but I just don't have a very good feel for that. Shout out to you, Matty Ice. Don't worry about, being terrible if you think that yesterday, Matty Ice. We appreciate you, and we're just glad you're in the chat here, my friend. All right. Let's move on here. And yeah, by the way, that is updated record here. We were down 3.86 units yesterday, and we won. Obviously, it was a slight winning day. We'll take it. So we're only down 3 units on the year. So very nice. Very nice. Brian, no CFL picks from us. Gokster, I think, leaned to the dog in the CFL, but no action for us, I believe. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Game 2 here, Washington, Detroit. These Nationals have been paying us out. Took them first 5 full game yesterday. Cash. I didn't really watch much baseball yesterday because I was so wrapped up in the basketball game. But I did check the box score and just see the Nationals just open a can on them. It was nice to see. But here's the thing. I can only bet the Nationals, Mackenzie Gore, Jake Irvin, and who the fuck is the third guy that I like betting on this team? Mitchell Parker. There we go. I couldn't think of it for a second. Those 3 guys are my guys. I like betting them. When Corbin comes up on the bump, I stay off. I'm like, you know what? I'm good here, Patrick. You do your thing. We appreciate you and eat your innings. but I want nothing to do with you from a gambling standpoint. Usually, Casey Mize on the other side. I have gone back and forth on my opinion on Casey Mize quite a few times. I don't know what to make of him. Skubal being as good as he is, and Skubal, I believe, was supposed to be worse than Mize. Mize is a 1-1 draft pick, and Skubal was first overall or first round, but 9th. So it's kind of weird to see him be so much better. And they were both drafted in the same year, by the way. So Mize was 1-1, and then Skubal was round 9, actually, pick 1. So that's just crazy to me at times. So Mize, his last few starts, 5 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned against Milwaukee. Against the Red Sox, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. The Toronto Blue Jays, he gave up 4 1/3, 8 hits, 3 earned runs there. It's just not something I can really trust, honestly. And it's, I don't know what to make of Mize at all. And then Corbin on the other side, again, what kind of Patrick Corbin are we going to get here today? A guy, obviously, I assume he might retire after this season because he's got so much money. He's about to be 35, but he's going to be a free agent after this year. So there might be an incentive for him to come out and pitch well. But, I mean, these are his last few earned runs, just his earned runs. 6 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 4 runs, 3 earned, 8 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, 3 earned runs, 7 runs, 4 of them earned. I mean, it's just like you just don't know what you're going to get from the guy. And Detroit, obviously, a weak hitting lineup here. Let's go against lefties in our short little sample size here. Detroit is search 19th, 96 weighted runs created plus. Below average full season. They are 26, 83 weighted runs created plus. I mean, honestly, let's check out the markets here. But this is, again, another Nationals or pass for me. 70% of the bets and 58% of the money on the Tigers here. The openers are a little messed up here, I believe, because for whatever reason, it's trying to say it opened up at -103, but I don't know what it is here. So allegedly, and I'd like for you guys in the chat to let me know as well. Allegedly, this opened up at -120, it seems, and then it just kept climbing, got to -134. And then climbed up to -140 and now -155. And now it's hanging around -150. So let me know if that's what you guys see as well in the chat here. And I'm going to look at the chat now, and then we'll talk about the bet splits here. J. Dub saying Washington is a wagon. And Ron Crawford saying watch the lineups here. It's a rest day. It's a good point, Ron Crawford. Let's see if we have any confirmed lineups in this game now. Where are you, Detroit? We do lineups for both teams real quick. C.J. Abrams, Lane Thomas, Jency Winker, Eddie Rosario, Joey Meneses, Luis Garcia. I cannot say Edemiro Vargas. I don't know how to say your name. The third baseman for the Nationals, Vargas. Drew Milas and Jacob Young. So pretty normal lineup, I would say. The guy obviously we care about is C.J. Abrams. Matt Vierling, Andy Ibanez, Canna, Green, Gio Urshela. A human named Justin Henry Mallory, recently called up. I have not seen much of him, but I saw his home run. So I guess we'll be tuned in for him. Wenzel Perez, Jake Rogers, and good old Ryan Kreidler taking Javi Baez's spot. Ricky Bobby likes Mark Canna over. TJ likes our guy C.J. Abrams, as we just mentioned, and the Yurfie here. Let me see here. Jay Cop 66 likes Tigers team total over here. Justin likes the over. Chosen One leans Tigers -1.5. Billy Friedrichs likes Tigers first 5 team total over 2.5 at -120. Interesting. And Joey Harp saying 9.5 now. So this is let's check these markets here. Now let's mention, we talked about the money line, 70% of the bets, 58% of the money on the Tigers here, and on the total, 87% of the bets, 89% of the money on the over in this game. Again, I think these openers are a little screwy here because, again, this opened up allegedly at a 7.5 and has climbed all the way up. But I think this opened up at an 8.5, and it might have moved up to 9.5 now. So this is expecting runs. I am interested in the Nationals here, admittedly. And yes, absolutely bias being out is a plus. We 100% agree with that. Everyone in the chat that's saying that. Yeah. Nationals are again interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie here. Let me see what the bullpen are doing here. And I apologize if these solo shows are a little boring. I do like to do them every once in a while. I think it's a good way of capping sometimes in front of everyone. We talk about transparency, doing this, and this is as transparent as it gets. Capping in front of everyone. I kind of like the whole. I've got 258 people capping baseball with me right now. Everyone in the chat here. So I do like all of that, and admittedly, so if this is boring you a little bit, I'm sorry, but this is how it has to happen sometimes. The Nats bullpen is a little used up. So you know what? If I'm gonna bet this game is gonna be Nationals first 5 for sure. And Tigers bullpen, I have talked about, it does not inspire much confidence, but it is rested. They used Joey Wentz and Will Vest a lot yesterday and gave everyone else basically a break. Mason Englert threw 7 pitches, so I think he'll be fine here. So, and Matty Ice will be at this Tigers game, -1.5. That was very interesting. Very nice. All right. Definitely gonna have to work on that hose. That was way too fucking nice. What did I do here? What did I do, Jappy? We'll talk about that in a sec. I don't know what exactly I did. And I guess I am a little professional saturated. What's funny is that when it comes to the Celtics, I turn into a wrestling heel that everyone hates. And then I just, we're talking baseball. It's just back to normal. This is business here. Celtics, pleasure. This is business. Business, pleasure. Have to separate them both, I guess. But yeah, it is quite fun, being the heel at times. Yankees, Royals next up, a 10.5 again. The totals in the series have been nuts, and it's not like they haven't not been going over. I mean, the Yankees are scoring left and right on these Royals pitchers. And here's the thing: is that going to change? I don't think so. I expect another high-scoring affair here because Alec Marsh, as well as he started off, has not pitched well. The Royals bullpen, newsflash to everyone, not good. And just why I don't know why I wouldn't be moving on the over here. I haven't moved on it at all this series so far, but I kind of expect the same shit to happen here again. Alec Marsh to get touched up early. 3-4 in runs probably. They turn it over to the bullpen, and their bullpen is their Achilles heel, and it's not very good. And the Yankees are, again, I think the second best team in baseball. So this is just what this is going to kind of happen. Last few starts for Alec Marsh: 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 3 earned runs. Just not good. Just not good. And we all know how I feel about Nasty Nestor at this point, guys. I think, it's Cody Poteet's going to be the guy that gets kicked out of their rotation, but Nasty Nestor should not be starting ball games in the playoffs here. And I don't think he will, if I'm going to be honest. So I'm not going to get too worked up about that shit, but 5 1/3, 4 earned runs against the Dodgers, 4 1/3, 3 earned runs against the Giants, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs against the Angels. Just solid, pretty good the last few starts, but 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs are the starts that I kind of expect more from him than 7 shutout or 5 shutout, honestly. And it's not like he's a bum. He'd be a good pitcher on any staff, but Yankees are just good enough that they can throw this guy in their bullpen, probably be fine. So, I mean, honestly, I lean over here again. I want to check out hitting splits, Royals against lefties in particular, last few weeks. They are, let's do a little control F here, 4th best, 144 weighted runs created plus, and across the full season, they are 12th best, 105. Let's check out the market on this over here, because again, I am interested in it. This is interesting. 46% of the bets, 42% of the money on the over. So little more tickets and cash on the under in this game. Again, we don't see that very often nowadays here, which is interesting to see. Let me refresh my odds here. Opened up at a 10 minus 120 to the under, and we are seeing at our friends at Bet Online 10.5 minus 117 here. Yeah, I think this is honestly an over here, guys. Again, it's going to be very interesting to see how this is going to go, but I just don't believe that this Royals bullpen is going to be able to hold the Yankees here. And anything we get from the Royals off of Nestor, I think is going to be a bonus, really. So if I had to give like someone has asked for an exact score in the hockey game, if I had to guess the score in this game, I'm going to guess like 9-4 final Yankees. So I'm going to be moving on the over in this game here. Yankees, Royals, over here. Sorry, I have to write this down so I can bet it as well. I have to bet these after the shoe because I want to keep the pace moving here. But it is over minus 117 here. And shout out to Ron Crawford on Yankees Run Line, a Royals fan himself. All right, let's keep it moving. And let's get to our Pittsburgh Pirates, St. Louis Cardinals game, which brings on the aforementioned host of Medicate Monday, host of our little shindig on Friday and Saturday, Dallas resident, and a man that's going to owe me a steak here very soon, along with a couple of other people. One, Dabby Cab. Hello, Dabby.
Man, all I can say is we're going to be doing medicated steaks on Saturday. You better tell somebody else to go take care of those dogs. If you want your steak, you better be there on Saturday. I'll go ahead. Even if the Mavericks win game 4, I'll probably just go ahead and pay up.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Yeah, that'd be smart because this is done. Well, hey, you got your wish too, Dabby. You prayed upon a star, and Kristaps' fucking ankle blew up, and you got your wish, and it didn't matter, unfortunately. It was just tragic for you.
It almost worked, but not quite. I mean, the Mavericks are just outmatched. But listen,
man, I thought you put a hit out on Kristaps for it. I thought like he got Nancy Kerrigan at first, and you just went out there ski mask and just took his ankle out.
Bro, they were talking about on this local sports show on the ticket yesterday about his leg, and like supposedly the injury that he has, if you just like push it wrong, like the whole leg could snap in half. And they were like, oh, well, if he does play, they got to push up on him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys.
That was you, Dabby. That was you.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Look, man, today's tough, and I know everybody's talked about it. I'm not good like Jimmy is either, but, you know, we all lost a real one in Tease. And whenever I'm in a position personally like this, I get real stir crazy because I don't like sitting in pain. Do something to help his family. Get in touch with Dom. Get in touch with Jose. Go donate to his daughter because that's what's left now, right? That's what we do. We got to pick each other up. I would expect the same from you guys if I went. So let's fucking help his family right now. That's all I got to say.
Yes, of course. I agree wholeheartedly with you there. Dabby Cab will be spraying that link very shortly, hopefully, when we get to contact with his family. Now, Dabby, you have an illustrious record. You have 2 illustrious records. I guess 3. I don't know what your overall record for baseball is, but you have 2 illustrious gold standard records. Which would you like to talk about first?
This game? The fuck? I don't want to talk about my record right now.
No, we're going to talk about it. Because 26-5, 26-5 on Waffles, very impressive. You lost yesterday because you didn't take the Cubs, I assume.
No, but Ohtani got there. Not that it matters.
Okay. Well, that hurts to hear. So 27-5 maybe. But your Phillies record is phenomenal. And I'm not surprised you're not on them here today. But we're not going to here to talk about them. I just want to shout out both records. What is your record betting on the Phillies this year again?
16-1. On this show, I think it's 7-0. I'm not sure, but 16-1 overall.
Very exciting. And I'm glad that you're here to talk about this game.
Actually, 7-1 on the bag, I think.
Well, good. That's still good. We'll still take 7-1. And we'll also take Mitch Helen Keller pitching today here on the bump for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this game. Dabby Cap, I'll let you kick this off here. What do you have to say about our friend Mitch Helen Keller and good old Lance Lynn?
The reason I'm here isn't about that deaf, blind bitch that you just showed, okay? The reason I'm here is this fatty that's sitting underneath me, Lance Lynn, right there. Lance Lynn, as everybody can tell, is an out-of-shape pitcher. It is what it is. But I think as the season goes on, it's going to start wearing on him, and we're already seeing that. If you look, let's just see, in his last 42 2/3 innings of work, Lance Lynn is 1-3 with a 4.41 ERA, a 1.36 WHIP. And excuse me, that's in 34 2/3 innings pitched. On the other side, we're looking at Mitch Keller. Keller started the season terrible. He was a fade early on, but in his last 7 games, Keller is 6-1 with a 1.61 ERA, a 1.05 WHIP, and like I said, that's in 44 2/3 innings of work. For me, this game comes down to just take the better pitcher in Mitch Keller. I want to be on the Pirates here. I probably would just take them first 5 to stay away from the bullpen. I also looked at the Pirates team total over 4. Even these offenses, let's take about a 2-week sample size here, 12 games. There's a big difference here in the offense. Not a big difference, but Pittsburgh's putting up almost 5 runs per game, 4.75 runs per game. While you look at St. Louis, they're only putting up 3.92. So right now, Pittsburgh offense is hotter. Mitch Keller is definitely the hotter pitcher. Lance Lynn is always a fade. Anybody who follows me knows, I have my things. I like betting Corey Seager. I like betting Yordan Alvarez. Darvish in the past used to be one of the things I bet. Well, guess what? Fading Lance Lynn is another thing that's made me a lot of money over the past couple years. And so today, that's where I'm at. I'm either going to be on the Pirates first 5 or the Pirates team total over 4. One other thing I would look at in this game, if you look at the Pirates numbers, Tellez. Speaking of big boys, our guy Rowdy Tellez, man, in his last 7 days, he's hitting .462 off right-handers with a .846 slugging percentage, just off the charts. So if you want to look at some props, I would maybe look at Tellez. I think he'll get to Lynn today, but I like the Pirates first 5.
Okay, Pirates first 5. Definitely let us know if that's going to be official for you, Dabby. We'll be following you on Twitter to find out. Dabby, I'm sure this is an exciting weekend for you. A lot of people coming over. The house is going to be pop-a-lopping, medicated steaks. You're going to talk to strangers? You love talking to strangers?
I mean, I hope they want to talk now. Everybody's going to be in a pissy mood because the Mavericks can't win. But oh well, we'll get them drummed up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be an asshole and everyone's just going to be pissed off at me. And hopefully we can end the night without getting in any physical altercations. That'd be a great night.
I've already told you, and I'll say it again. I will not let you get your ass kicked, but I also will not go to jail for you. So the weed will end up in your pocket somehow. I would not wear that hoodie because that would be too easy for me to get it in there.
Yeah, I'm just going to end up wearing shorts with 0 pockets. Yep. Oh, God, that'd be hilarious. But it's very funny. Let me tell you, Vitalis is asking real quick about Cardinals bullpen here. I'll tell you right now, Vitalis, before we let our friend Dabby Cap go. Cardinals bullpen, basically full and ready to go. However, Hensley threw 23 on Tuesday and threw 15 yesterday. So I don't expect them to have their all-star closer, is what I'm saying here, Vitalis. So that is the Cardinal situation, which is it's just scary to get to. Getting those last 3 outs is a little different. And obviously, Pirates, if you want that real quick, Chapman didn't throw yesterday. Bednar didn't throw yesterday, but he threw 22 on Tuesday. So they might give him another day. Who knows? But otherwise, pretty healthy or pretty rested bullpen, but not a bullpen I trust either. I'm going to not bet this game. I'm going to watch. It'll be a fun game to watch. And I agree with you, though. I'd rather be fading Lance Lynn.
Oh, yeah. So on tomorrow, man, if any of you guys are in the area, come on. LJ's heading down tonight. He'll get here at midnight. Jose's going to be here tomorrow around 5. I pick up Dutch from the airport at 11. I don't know when Slaughter and T are getting in. Is T
PM?
Huh?
11 p.m.?
Get in at 11 p.m., Jose.
I was asking. I was confused there for a second. I was like, Jesus. Oh, 11 a.m. All right. Yeah, I don't know what T and Jeff are doing. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you guys can get here, you don't gotta. I mean, I don't gotta like 15 extra bedrooms, and I've already got a few people staying in them. But you can sleep on my couch. You can sleep on my floor. Like you don't got to get an Airbnb. Just get here if you can get here. And then on Saturday we're gonna do medicated steaks, like Jose said. We're gonna make some medicated butter, medicated mashed potatoes, and then a medicated salad dressing. So it'll be a good ass dinner.
Yes, it will be. And just make sure that T doesn't get too high and he can film some of it, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him mushrooms until like after everything's over.
Yeah. Just leave it as like a reward. It's like when you put like a headband on a dog, you put a weenie on it, and you got to keep him run. That's T, but the mushrooms. That's what we need to do for T there. So shout out to T. Shout out to you, Dabby. We'll see you. Again, I don't know exactly what we're going to do Saturday morning about Say Hey Plays, but we will see you Friday night.
You're going to do the show with me? How about that?
Well, here's the thing. Friday night's going to be a long night, Dabby. And what are the odds?
You have an opportunity to set up a show with like me, LJ, you. We can all do it together on screen. I'll give out bets. What are you doing?
What are the odds that show is actually well and prepared? I don't know. Because this is going to be a very interesting.
All you got to do is sit there and give it. What do you mean unprepared? I've got a camera. It's right here. We'll scoot it back. We'll get some chairs. We'll light.
And then we're going to turn on the computer. We're going to start the show, and we're going to wipe out the crusties out of our eyes and be like, "Who the fuck's pitching today? What?"
And then we're going to win bets. That's what we got the chat for.
What? We'll see. So shout out to you, Dabby. I appreciate you for joining me here today. Where can the people find these lovely bets of yours? And how can the people get in touch with you if they want to talk to you?
Dabby Cab on X. Go to Dabby Cab on X. I saw somebody put what day? Tomorrow, man, for Game 4, Mac. If you can make it, show up. The dinner will be Saturday. The medicated dinner Saturday. Tomorrow we'll be hanging out. So anybody and everybody's welcome. If you haven't got it by now, this is a family. We're all family here. Pub Sports Radio, Low Baggers, Who Bangin', all of us. We're all family.
Yes. So beautiful. Awesome. Thank you very much, Dabby Cab. We'll see you very soon. Fun story, guys, by the way, since we're talking about it. Right before the show, I got called. Someone used me as a reference, and I didn't fucking know the name at all. And they told me, I'm here for a reference check for fucking Joey Kahoozy. I was like, who the fuck is this person? Because I had to do the show. So I was like, I'll call you back later. Fucking hung up. And I was like, who the fuck is putting me as a reference? I just don't know these people. And I figured out who it was just now. So that was a very funny portion in my day there. But let's keep moving here. I don't know why I told you guys that randomly. I'm sure no one cares, but I'm glad that we're all here hanging out. Cubs, Rays here. Another game I was very close to moving on, and I would love to hear what Troy Torrance has to say. I know Troy's probably on Cubs first 5 here. And shout out to Billy Friedrich. I love Billy Friedrich's. I know that he's a White Sox fan, and I love when he comes out with negative Cubs stats. It makes me laugh. But it's just facts. Justin Steele, I thought would regress this year. Has not been the same guy, and the Cubs have just not been good. 1-7 on his starts this year, and I just don't trust the Cubs here. But boy, oh boy, was I interested in them today because I like Taj Bradley too. I think Taj Bradley is going to be a great pitcher here, but I need to see something from the fucking Cubs here to make me believe, and I haven't seen shit. Taj, his last few starts, he got crushed against the Orioles for 9 earned runs, and then we backed him against the Orioles again with 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run in that zigzag theory. So that was nice to see. Now going against a Cubs team that does not inspire offense. Cubs against righties this year, they're 16th, 98 weighted runs created plus. Average. This is kind of what this Cubs team is. Average. Last few weeks against them, 99 weighted runs created plus. Average. And again, I was on the Cubs yesterday, and I had them first 5. We lose 2-1. It was a little annoying. They win the game. A little more annoyed at that. But I think I'd just pass this game too. I'd lean Taj Bradley, honestly. And Mally, I don't think Taj sucks per se. I think he's better than that. That 9 earned runs performance, that did suck balls. And he gave up 5 earned runs to the Red Sox here too. But I think he does a good job of bouncing back from those. So if he does get crushed here, I would back him again in the next start. But I think he can do well here. Let's look at an under here because I don't trust, obviously, the bats for the Rays here. Excuse me. I mean, their offense has not been good. And by the way, let's look at Justin Steele's last few starts here real quick as well, because I mean, 7 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 runs, one of them earned, and a back-to-back against Cincinnati. I'll tell you, the unearned runs have been killing the Cubs too. Their defense is horrific, and they're trying to move Christopher Morel from third base as well. So I think I'm staying off this game. Let's check out the markets. Fucking hilarious. 98% of the bets and 96% of the money on the over in this game. That is fucking hilarious. This total went from a 7.5 juice to the over, now 7.5 juice to the under, minus 125, minus 128, 20, around there, all across. That's very interesting. I mean, I lean first 5 under here. I'll tell you that. I still think, I mean, God, I don't know what to make of Justin Steele. I think he can be solid against the Rays team that I don't believe in. Rays against lefties, 615th, 106 weighted runs created plus in the last few weeks. And let's look at the money line markets real quick. 59% of the bets, 53% of the money on the Chicago Cubs here. And it has not moved at all much. So I'm off this game as well, unfortunately. No, I don't feel an advantage or a lean or an edge on one side here. Reginald likes first 5 under. I like first 5 under here too, but again, I've been getting crushed recently on these things. So, and yes, Tori, shout out to you, my man. Keep spreading those good vibes, whatever you got to do, and yeah, just be happy that you guys are in this family and such. Be thankful is what I should really be saying, I guess. And I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate, we obviously see Preston putting his wise words in the chat, and I call him Sun Tzu Preston at times. But I mean, if it wasn't for a guy like Preston and Jeff, I wouldn't have this job. I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be able to have this opportunity to cap with you guys in the chat. So shout out to you guys in the chat. Shout out to Preston, Jeff, for giving me the opportunity, as always. Not something, they don't get shouted out much. I'll be honest, because, they just do behind the scenes shit, keeping the wheels greased and such. But shout out to them as well. All right, let's keep it moving. Miami Marlins, New York Mets. I said this was going to be a quicker show, and I do need to keep the pace higher here. So let's keep it rolling here. Mets, Marlins. Luis Severino, one of my guys this year. He's in my rotation. By the way, my rotation, I didn't even have Luis Severino. Actually, I have it written down, and I didn't even have Luis Severino in it. So my rotation, and I'm going to kick out Rodon and put in Severino. But it was Rodon, Jake Irvin, Austin Gomber, Mitchell Parker, Luis Heel, with Brandon Pfaadt and Severino, I guess, looking on the outside in, but it's now Severino in there. And I think Austin Gomber might have to go after yesterday's performance here as well. So let's go. Severino, arguably been the best pitcher on the Mets the whole year, which has been fun to watch. Will he do it next year is another big question that I don't know the answer to. I don't know. He's got a 1-year deal. I expect him to resign, but 8 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run against the Nationals, coming off of a 5 1/3, 5-run performance against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Excuse me. I just think he's just been solid all year, and I don't want to fade him, especially with I should say Rodri Munoz on the other side, who again does not inspire confidence at all. Shout out to the Dominican pitcher here. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs here against Cleveland. Great team. Dodgers, you got crushed. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Mets not a power hitting team. It doesn't inspire confidence that way, but I don't know. Reginald saying Marlins on a getaway day are electric. I'm assuming what he means. Okay, J-Dub saying Severino at home is a beast, at home and at night. Severino is good at home. And then so Billy is saying good start, bad start, good start, bad start for Severino. Doug was close to taking the Mets. Doug, what were you going to take him? How are you going to take him? First 5, full game, -0.5 run line there. Let us know. Obviously, yeah, I'm not going to stay much on this game because I'm not very interested. 89% of the bets, 92% of the money on the Metropolitans. The line has gone up from -180 to -193 at BetOnline, and 83% of the bets and 85% of the money on the over in this game. Yeah, I don't bet run lines and such, but I go there. Jake Berger home run for Billy Friedrich here. And yeah, it's ultimately what you're saying here, Morgan. I don't trust the Mets to lay a run line -1 or lay heavy juice with them. And I don't trust the Marlins with Rodri Munoz to try to even compete in this game. So no action for me here. Justin likes the team total over, has it in his pocket, I should say. And Morgan, remember not his pissy Cheerios, his pussy Cheerios play of the day. Francisco Lindor over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs there. So shout out to you. All right, let's keep it moving. Red Sox, Phillies. As I keep telling everyone, this Red Sox team is mid as mid can get. They will stay 500 for as long as they possibly can, it seems like. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They win one yesterday after losing. The line and the line movement indicating to me that they're going to win this game here, and then just go ahead. If they win tonight, bet them tomorrow or whenever the next game is to lose. So it's been quite funny to watch all this happen. Tanner Houck, going to be an all-star probably. If there was one representative from the Red Sox, it'd probably be him. He's been phenomenal this year. His 6-5 record may not indicate it, but he's been really good. Moneyline markets in this game, 69% of the bets and 97% of the money on the Philadelphia Phillies here. Very interesting for me here. That has piqued my interest in the Boston Red Sox. I'm not going to lie. Aaron Nola coming off of an amazing 7-inning, 2-hit shutout performance against the Milwaukee Brewers. Gave up 2 earned runs in his last previous starts before that. And then went 9 shutty against the Mets there. So, I mean, he's just a solid pitcher, but Red Sox got to Wheeler. And I want to look up because I believe the Red Sox got Nola as well last year, because these teams are obviously, all these teams face each other once a year now. So there is some familiarity there. And no, he only pitched against them in 2021. So not even going to be worried about those numbers. Yeah, I think the Red Sox are live here, though. I think Tanner Houck is going to be very capable, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a first 5 under spot as well with how good these pitchers are. 70% of the bets, 62% of the money on the over in this game. Unsurprising. This went from an 8 -120 to an 8.5. 8.5. Very interesting here. So I lean Red Sox. What up, Wine Time Sports? Nice to see you, Wine Time. Weinstein, by the way, destroying the MLB. Stay away from Wine Time. If he puts a 2-unit bet and you're on the opposite side, just go ahead and mark it a loser. Just mark that shit a loser. So shout out to you, Wine Time, my guy. Bregden mentioning Boston's won 4 straight with the Red Sox with Tanner Houck on the hill, I should say. So shout out to you there. Another team total over for Philly. They've been on fire. By the way, I like giving everyone the updates for these things, most profitable teams for all this stuff. So as you would expect, Swig, the best team total over team this year, the Philadelphia Phillies, 42-25, up 12.75 units of profit on the team total overs. Right behind them, the Yankees, 42-28, 10.30 units. And right behind them, the Baltimore Orioles at 40-27, 10.05 units as well. So shout out to you. And again, for those who care, the team total under teams, the A's, 12.05 units for team total unders. The Atlanta Braves, 11.25 if you're betting their team total under. and the Toronto Blue Jays 9.45. I'll even mention the Astros at 9.25 units of profit on their team total unders this year as well. Philly wins for J-Dub. Nate Dogg likes Boston. Rand saying Philly looks easy. Seems like a Red Sox spot for Doug. TJ likes the first 5 under. I don't have much action on the card, and everyone knows that I do not love betting the Boston Red Sox, especially with how mid they are. But I will be writing down Boston Red Sox here to see if they will be on my card here. So I've got Boston at -10. Wow, is that real life? -106 now at Bovada? Let me refresh my site. Wow. This line has completely flipped. And it went from -120 Philadelphia Phillies. Now the Red Sox are favored at -106. Wow. All right, well, Red Sox on my card, Boston Red Sox. I guess I do have a note that says I should not bet home dogs at +120 to -102, and I guess I'm not now because they are favored. So that's very interesting. So, yeah, I'm on it. Red Sox, full game for me, and I'll tell you guys real quick, and this is also for my sake, who is available here on the Red Sox. A lot of pitchers went from the Red Sox yesterday. Kenley threw, Kelly, Slayton, Bernardino, Cam Boozer, all through. But I think if pressed in the action, all of them would go again. In particular, Kenley threw 14 pitches yesterday. So I could see him going again if need be for the Red Sox. So Red Sox money line on the card here. And yeah, the Phillies might piss me off a little bit here today, Morgan. So we'll see. I shouldn't be fading the team I think is the best team in baseball. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to go. Someone said the Phillies lineup must be weak today. So I'm obviously interested to see if they have confirmed lineups here. Nope, not yet. No confirmed lineup yet. And by the way, I did think about taking Kyle Schwarber home run again. I honestly was considering taking it every day in June and seeing how it would go. But yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. -106 for me. And yeah, Morgan, I don't believe in that CLV nonsense. It's very funny to me watching the CLV like spots lose. It's just crazy. I don't understand it, but it doesn't seem to matter, I guess. I don't know. But TJ would disagree with me. I don't know. So I'm sure over a larger sample and actually tracked, it'll probably come different. Oakland, Minnesota, next up, -234 for the Minnesota Twins here. Luis Medina versus Joe Ryan. First of all, I think this is a ridiculous price for the Twins. -230 is way too high, but you're not going to find me running to bet the Oakland A's. Luis Medina came back down to earth after a really good start against the Braves. 4 2/3, 6 earned runs against the Toronto Blue Jays, who are not good. Not good at all. Joe Ryan, I would say, he found his form, and he's been pitching phenomenally. But as I say that, you look at his last start here as I pull it up, because I'm pretty sure it was a shit one. No, it was the one before that. So he went 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs on a home run against Pittsburgh, and then he got touched up against the Astros. 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs there on 4 home runs. So, I just don't believe that this team should be -200 against really anyone. Maybe the White Sox, I guess. But I respect if you guys are seeing some cash cow spots. Shout out to Mally Mao mentioning it. There is 94% of the bets, 98% of the money on the Twins, and did the line move their way? Yep, went from -220 to -235. So yeah, this is a Troy Torrance cash cow spot. I'm very sure of that. -1.5, but I didn't want to bet it. I'm 1-7 on -1.5 this year, guys. So I don't want to bet them. No thanks. I'm off. but I'm very interested to see how they do. So no action here for me. And Mally, also the Mets -1.5. Very interesting. I didn't realize that one. So it's interesting. So yeah, maybe you just parlay the Mets and the Twins together, and you can have a nice day. I don't know what those odds are. If Mally, could you let me know if you parlay money lines together? What would you get there? Thank you. Or anyone. Not as if Mally specific, but someone let me know. Angels, Diamondbacks here, -177. Another really aggressive line here. I trust Brandon Pfaadt, and I like Brandon Pfaadt. A 2-5 record. At some time, shout out to Bill Parcells when he says you are what your record says you is at some point. And 2-5, not good. But his last 3 starts have just been shit from Brandon Pfaadt. 5 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 4 earned runs against Padres, Mets, Texas Rangers. Those are all good. Well, the Mets aren't, but Padres and Rangers are allegedly good hitting teams. But all on the road here. Maybe just need some home cooking here to help him out here. Let's check out home road splits this year. Road 513, home 377. Yeah, man. And by the way, I didn't know that Brandon Pfaadt went to Bellarmine. Very interesting. Very interesting. Against Griffin Canning. And we know, and I'm sure Jimmy, wherever he is sick, is probably even more sick that he's missing this game. Brandon Pfaadt versus Griffin Canning. Griffin Canning, one of his guys, and has pitched great. Decent to good start against the Astros. 6 1/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run against Seattle. 5 innings, 3 earned runs against the Yankees. Just been good. So I did consider an under here as well, ladies and germs. 79% of the bets, 87% of the money on the Diamondbacks here. Not really surprising. It has gone up 10 cents at BetOnline. And totals wise here, 83% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over here. Has actually ticked down a little bit. It's now -110 each way for the 8.5. It was -115. I lean under here, guys. Again, I would like to hear what you guys have to say in the chat. Let's check out numbers against righties here for both of these squads in this shorter sample size. Arizona first, 108 weighted runs created plus. Not too scary against, and then obviously Los Angeles, shit against righties. Really good against lefties, not good against righties. So, yeah, I think this is an under. I do think this is an under. Now, the question is it a first 5 or a full game under? Because obviously the Angels bullpen is horrifyingly scary to bet on. They had Hunter Strickland through 27, Ben Joyce and Adam Simber all through 20-plus pitches on Tuesday. Did not throw yesterday, but I don't know if they will be fully available here today. And then Diamondbacks on the other side, pretty healthy or pretty fresh, I should say. I keep saying healthy instead of fresh, but Scott McGovern and Thiago Vieira threw a bunch yesterday and saved the bullpen. Joe Mantiply with 15. I think I'll just roll with the first 5 under here. And again, my first 5 totals have been not good this year, and it's been quite annoying because I bet a lot of them. But I'm going to roll first 5 under here. 4.5 -110 for me. Believing in both pitchers that one is my guy and also Jimmy likes. I think he considers Brandon Pfaadt one of his guys as well, and obviously Griffin Canning, one of Jimmy's very precious baby boys here today. All right. Next game, White Sox, Seattle Mariners. And I've got some action here. Shout out to Billy Friedrich. His pig milk play of the day. White Sox first 5 +0.5, -118. And Ron Crawford right there with you, Billy. Spreadsheet dog up 10 units this year so far on the White Sox here, +145 there. And that's in this total here, guys. 6.5. We don't see many of those. Typically, when we do them, Seattle Mariners are involved. But 6.5 total, that is a challenge total again. And we talked about these challenge totals already. I believe they are challenging us to take the side. let's talk about the money line market first. So this opened up at minus 175 and is all the way down to minus 134. People believing in the White Sox here. Wow. And not even people, because 88% of the bets and 99% of the money on the Seattle Mariners. Well, that solidifies that for me. Chicago White Sox first 5 plus a half on my card, and Chicago White Sox full game money line also on my card here as well. Plus 123 here. I think it'll be a lower scoring affair because of that total is, obviously an indication of something here. But I'm very excited now to take this White Sox team. Now, here's the scary part of taking this White Sox team, especially full game. Michael Kopech threw 22 pitches yesterday. Is 50 in the last 3 days. I don't think we see Kopech pitch, which leaves us with Jordan Leisure, Justin Anderson, Tanner Banks, John Baribia, and Michael Soroka to close this ball game for us. So that is a very scary thing here. And Billy is right. If the Mariners are down late, bet them live because this White Sox team is going to be scary. So, all right, I'm going to be in on both. And Billy, I will do my fucking best. I will do my goddamn best in like the 8th, 7th inning to move on the Mariners live at a decent price, hopefully, when our White Sox are up. So, shout out to you, Billy. First 5 plus a half. Going to be on my card. Ron Crawford, White Sox here as well. Anyone else got any thoughts on this game here as well? I'd like to see what you guys say. And yes, Reginald, if you're going to bet the White Sox, doing it with Garrett Crochet is probably the way to go here. Crochet K's over for J-Dub. And yeah, this is like me just fading Luis Castillo, huh? And wow. Rod Z put a 10-star play of the day on the Mariners. I did not know that. Rod, that's big balls. It is big balls. Shout out to you, Buzz Light. Nice to see you joining live, my guy. That is big balls, Rod Z. I guess I've got to go against you here. I like TJ's look of over 17.5 outs for Crochet as well. Billy Friedrich saying that. Nice. But I'll stick to the double up there. First 5 full game. And yeah, Morgan, I don't like the full game as much as the first 5. It probably should stick there, truthfully. But I think that line movement is a big indicator that the White Sox win today. So take the White Sox. All right, last game on our slate. Thank you guys all for hanging in here, as always, with me. I know these solo shows can be a little bit of a drag at times, but I appreciate you guys for hanging in here and doing this with me. Justin, you want a stake bet? Justin. Full game money line, Justin, or are we doing first 5? I guess full game will probably be the thing you want, Justin. Let me know if you want full game. And I love a stake bet. I can't say no to a stake bet, Justin. I've already got 3. I got 3 coming today, or I guess tomorrow, Justin. So I'll be loading them up. But Rangers, Dodgers here. A low-scoring game yesterday, and a game that I kind of thought the same thing about with the Royals game here today. The Dodgers crushed. So it was crazy to see them just get shut down the next day by Rangers lineup and bullpen that I don't trust. But John Gray went out there and did his thing. And here we are again with Michael Grove and Michael Lorenzen. Who do you want to trust here? And Justin, obviously, you're on. It's full game. We'll take that bet. I'm on the White Sox. You're on the Mariners. That's going to be a fun game here. Billy Friedrich saying Rangers 1-7. Their last 8 starts with Lorenzen. Jesus Christ, that is That is not good. Michael Grove has been sneaky very good this year as well. I underestimated the Dodgers pitching development a little bit, and it seems like that is and I obviously, you guys know that I think this Dodgers team is not going to make the World Series or win the World Series, et cetera, et cetera. But I didn't think they'd develop pitching. And Michael Grove, who I thought actually, I'm thinking of Gavin Stone, actually, is who I'm thinking of. Michael Grove, reliever, who's thrown 3 innings at max this year. And it looks like a bullpen day for Los Dodgers here, which means let's go see if we have a confirmed primary. And it's not confirmed, but we're expecting Ryan Yarbrough today to come out of the pen and take the bulk of the innings for the Dodgers here. So very interesting to say the least here. Let's see the last Dodgers bullpen activity to see who's going to be available here. Yarbrough hasn't thrown since Saturday. He'll probably throw a shitload. Alex Vesia will probably throw as well. He hasn't thrown since Saturday. Anthony Bonda, Daniel Hudson, Trinan, and Johan Ramirez all threw yesterday, but I expect them all to be available. Okay, so bullpen day for the Dodgers. Rangers bullpen, since we're here, let's talk about them. Gassed. Jacob Latz, 40 pitches. Jose Leclerc, 32 pitches. Jesus Tinoco did not throw, but threw 28 pitches yesterday. The day before, Jonathan Hernandez threw 24 pitches on Tuesday. Kirby Yates threw 23 yesterday, and Dave Roberts threw 15. So Dave and Kirby, I expect to go here again, but this bullpen is gassed. So that's interesting. You guys, I have kind of been dipping my toe in the water, just quietly dipping my toe in the water of pitching props and player props, if you guys can see. And one of the interesting things, and yes, Resident, it's Michael Grove bullpen day with Ryan Yarbrough following him. One of the things that I've been kind of doing is betting the pitcher props outs over when I see the bullpens are tired and they need length from a guy. And that's kind of what I think is going to happen with Lorenzen here. I think they're going to need outs from that guy, to say the least, because, again, bullpen is taxed here. But saying that against the Dodgers is the thing that's scary, because I just don't know what to expect from the guy here. Michael Lorenzen over 16.5 outs is minus 130. So I am, again, semi-interested in that, but that also means he has to pitch decently against the Dodgers. And that is, obviously not a thing that many people do here. So I would love to see, look and see if Lorenzen has any history against the Dodgers. I don't know what I would want to see here, honestly. He has not thrown against the Dodgers in 2020 since 2021, and they were all bullpen stints with the Reds. Basically, Ohtani hits him okay. Jason Hayward hits 300 off of him. Kike 2 for 4. God, this is going to be a tough one here. I think I'm going to move on that. Michael Lorenzen, and again, 2-0 so far trying to do this. And we'll see. It's small sample size, but like I said, if you didn't hear, this bullpen for the Rangers is taxed, and they just need Lorenzen to go deep here today. And if he doesn't, like someone in the chat said, the Rangers are gonna get crushed. So 16.5 outs for me. Just go 6 innings, Lorenzen. That's all we need. 5 2/3. Great. 6 innings. 6 innings, Lorenzen. 3, 6, 9, 12. Go get that shit. We need 6 innings from you. So I'm going to be on it. Minus 130 for me here. And that's it's going to complete my card here. A card that I thought was going to be pretty sparse. I've got some density to it. To say the least. So let's recap action here. And again, I appreciate all you guys in the chat. Put your plays in the chat. And Ricky Bobby, I will look at your hitters right now. I'll look at your hitters and I will let you know here today. Today is Thursday, huh? So I guess raccoon races. But Kelsey, no. We are going to have to push the gold races, and perhaps let me see what I can do for you, because I have to get that all set up here, and I might have to do that during our next guest here. So I'll let you know here. And Billy minus 125 at DK. Okay, not bad. Take that. I'll take that for record keeping purposes for you, Billy Friedrich. So thank you. Minus 125. All right. Oh God, this is gonna be fun. Doubled up for me. White Sox first 5 plus a half minus 118. White Sox full game money line plus 123, and a stake bet against one Justin McKelvey. So that'll be very fun. Royals, Yankees over 10.5 minus 117. Boston Red Sox full game money line minus 106. The Angels, Arizona Diamondbacks, first 5 under 4.5 minus 110. And my worst bet of the day, Michael Lorenzen over 16.5 outs minus 130. Let us ride there. Now, for people that are asking about hitters today, again, I don't do like a super, like I can't tell you I have a fucking supercomputer and I'm running all these models, datas, and doing that shit to get my hitters. I'm just looking at batter versus pitcher and seeing who has a high OPS with a lot of plate appearances against. So we've already heard one of them be shouted out today, 2 of them actually. Matt Vierling, 15 plate appearances, 8 hits, a home run, 13 OPS, 1.333. So I wouldn't hate him. Jake Berger also was mentioned, 6 at-bats, a home run off him, 13. Ryan O'Hearn, if you want a deep cut, I think Ryan O'Hearn would be my total base prop of the day here. And I will actually give a quick glance to see what I can get for that. But Ryan O'Hearn, and you must be wondering, what the fuck? What team does he play for? He plays for the Baltimore Orioles. I want to see if he is available here today. Yes. Okay, cool. So Ryan O'Hearn, let me see where his bases are. Plus 135 for over 1.5 bases for me. That is my officially unofficial hypothetical base prop of the day. Ryan O'Hearn over 1.5 bases plus 135 for you there. And by the way, yes, I saw Mark Canna down there as well. So it's going to be very interesting. And thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. I hope it cashes for both of our sakes now. So, and yes, shout out to Pissy Cheerios there. Okay, let us go into the WNBA and the NBA here, because we've got a great guest joining us here. I can't wait to hear his opinion, and we're going to get an early opinion from our guy, Billy Brisbane, on Game 4 of the NBA Finals, and we're going to talk WNBA mostly today. So I just want to hear Billy's thoughts on that game, and we will start off with it. So Billy Brisbane joining the program. Billy, how goes it? Hello. Nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well.
Cheers.
Let's talk basketball. Let's talk about the best sport in the world, the NBA. 3-0 lead for the Boston Celtics. Now I don't have to gallivant right now. I can be a normal, calm person because we're 24 hours from the game. And I'm not surprised by anything we saw here. But there's been a lot of Luka Doncic chatter over the last 12 hours. A lot of chatter about him fouling out, bitching at the refs, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm very excited to hear what you have to say, Billy, about this game. Dallas, 1-point favorites right now. Preston, shout out to Preston, told me this opened up at a pick'em last night as well. which I got a good tickle out of. And I hope that the Mavericks just keep going up, because obviously I will be on the Boston Celtics, and we'll be laughing. It will be a fun game, and I cannot wait. Now, Billy Brisbane, please let us know what your thoughts and feelings are about this NBA Finals Game 4, and then we'll move into the association, the Dub Association.
I'll be
take it away,
short.
Billy.
Yeah, I'll be short, sweet, and simple. Probably going to bet the over. 3 straight unders. Total's gone down to 211.5. Like, don't love. Nothing official. To be honest with you, after last night, bro, the NBA Finals are over. Like, could this be a gentleman's sweep? Yeah, but do I want any parts of the Dallas Mavericks right now? Kind of not. Even if they win this game, God bless them. I mean, to pick them price tag, it's like, I got better things to do on my Friday night to bet the fucking Mavericks. You're muted, by the way. That's your NBA Finals breakdown. The series is over.
Oh, well, Billy, I was saying I was immediately interested at what you were doing Friday night. What are you doing Friday night? What's going on, Billy? You gonna go out and hit the club?
Now we're getting locked in, man. UFC Vegas 95 Tatsura Daira versus Alex Perez is going off this weekend. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe here at Pub Sports Radio so you guys get notified for all of our live videos. Just posted the Prize Picks video for the premium members. So if you're going green and you're in the horse racing contest, check out that Prize Picks video. Nice little information in there, a couple of nuggets. But yeah, Jose, this is like from a betting standpoint, if the Mavericks were from like a betting Dallas, I mean, because I was with you. I was laughing with you. We're fucking smoking the joint out back, laughing. Look at these fucking sober fags on the fucking Mavs.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. And then game 3, I ended up switching sides, and
You became one of them.
losing. I ended up losing. And to be honest with you, the first half was fucking lucky. Like the fact that I ended up grabbing the opener -0.5. I think me and Jimmy both had the opener -0.5. Troy had the 1.5, and I think somebody else had the 1.5. I think Dutch had the 1.5 too. So like even then, like I don't even want to bet the first half or the first quarter. I mean, like Dallas is a dead team walking. This series screams gentleman sweep, and because of that, I want no money on the Dallas Mavericks, because they're probably going to win this game, and they're probably going to game Monday night back in Boston. If you're Boston, why not finish it in Boston, right?
I would be okay with that, but I'll tell you, Billy, that would really damper my Friday night, especially being there. That would really make my Friday night a little more sad. So, yeah, I think you're right. There's not much to say. I just wanted to hear your early thoughts on this game. Before we get into the WNBA, Billy, can you give us a little taste, little preview of the UFC? You know, so is there a fight that you really like that you might not have a bet on already, but you're excited to see it?
I'll do you one better. Let's put some money in these people's pockets tonight. PFL, we're going off at the Mohegan Sun, a place where I spent way too much of my fucking life at in the last fucking, not this year, but last year, way too much time at the Mohegan Sun. But with that being said, I like the card. There's some good parlay pieces on there. I like Liz Carmouche to win. My favorite parlay piece would be Juliana Vasquez. She's the second fight of the night. She's fighting Lisa Malden. She literally lost to Liz Carmouche 3 times in a row, and that's her last 3 fights. So I think there's a little bit of value on her line. People haven't seen her win in a while because she's fought Liz Carmouche 3 times in the last fucking 2 years. So it's a winnable fight for her. I think she's going to win. Main card here. I actually think there's a little bit of value on the dog, Jenna Bishop against Talia Santos. Talia Santos at -550. Fuck, man. I mean, that's a big price tag for her. I was thinking Thiago Santos was a live dog, and then I watched the weigh-ins, and holy fuck, they don't even look like they're in the same weight class. Dennis Golsov looks like a 265er, and Thiago Santos looks like he's still at light heavyweight. Maybe his girlfriend's the breadwinner in that relationship, because Thiago Santos isn't getting it done inside the cage. Main event, Fedor's boy, Valeen Modolowski, I like him inside a distance. You got to remember these are the PFL season is a little bit different than like watching like a UFC event. It goes by like standing. So depending on what round you finish in your fight, or if the fight goes to the decision, that's how many points you get for the standings, and you only get 3 regular season fights. So these are big fights for a lot of people. I think the co-main event, Dakota Diacheva, in a weird way, I think that could go into the second round. I mean, fuck, a female chick fight, and the fight to start round 2 is plus 118. I mean, how wrong could you be? How wrong could you be? Yeah, I mean, like, she's minus 2,400. She's probably going to win. I mean, but fuck, man. Minus 210 knockout on a chick that probably doesn't weigh more than 130 pounds soaking wet. It does seem a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
But I think I bet her round 2 knockout prop in the last fight, and she ended up tossing the girl in like 30 seconds. So do what you want with that. Yeah, that's basically it for the PFL card. The PFL card, from like a real life standpoint, it's horribly match made, but from like a betting standpoint, if you want to parlay some shit together, that's probably going to win. I mean, this is the organization to do it. I was going over my stats for this year for the PFL, and the way I'm looking at it is just like, why am I even betting the UFC? The way the PFL's been going for me, shit. 7-0 on parlays. Haven't lost a fucking parlay this year. Up 3 units. The prop bets have been kind of biting me in the ass, but PFL's been money. I mean, it's not what people like. If you're one of those people that are like, I'm a value guy, I want to bet a couple dogs and call it a night, PFL isn't the organization for you. But hey, you know what they say, right, Jose? Sometimes the chalk hits. And when you're in this game, I feel like week in, week out, and you're betting day by day, if somebody gave you a couple freebie winners, you would take them too, right? I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll lose them eventually across a year, but I mean, you got to take what the card gives you. You can't fucking be out here reinventing wheels on fucking fight predictions. Like, it's probably going to go one way for reason.
Okay. Well, Billy, that was lovely. Thank you very much, as always, for the UFC breakdown. Well, I guess not UFC. It's a PFL. But let's get into your bread and butter here. And shout out to our guy, Tease, again. Every time I think about the WNBA, cap the WNBA, I think of our guy, Tease. So shout out to Tease. Let's fucking do it how he would want to. We've got the Atlanta Dream, Indiana Fever to start us off here. Now, I did see our guy, Ron Crawford. I have not seen this before. Our guy, Ron Crawford, WNBA spreadsheet play of the day. Hold your nose and take Indiana plus 2.5. Billy Friedrich, you know this league. Billy Friedrich, Billy Brisbane. I got Billy Friedrich on my mind because I've got him right here because I can see him right there. But Billy, let us know what sides you like in this game. We've obviously have Caitlin Clark. You know, this is going to be the most talked about bet game, blah, 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 blah. But plug your nose. Go to the Fever Factory here. What do you think?
This is a tough game because I'm high on the Atlanta Dream. Like, historically, it's been one of the teams I've probably, if you had to quantify all of my WNBA bets over like the last 3 to 4 seasons, the Atlanta Dream are probably on like 40% of those tickets. So like, I think I'm like an Atlanta Dream truther, maybe a fan that isn't a fan, but man, something's just not clicking. Their star players need to be in a particular system. Like Ryan Howard is an up and down type of player. She can contribute in all the columns. Alicia Gray's an up and down player. She can shoot the ball. But the Tina Charles down low thing, if you don't know about Tina Charles, she's like, I don't want to say 40, but man, she's got to be at least 40-something years old. She was on Team USA when I was in like middle school, man. I don't know how she's still playing WNBA basketball, but she came out of retirement this year, and she's playing for Atlanta Dream. And the way their coach has been running their offensive philosophy is just the exact opposite of what the Tina Charles, like in the last game, she had 18 fucking shot attempts. How do you have the girl that just came out of retirement with 18 shot attempts over a Team USA player that shot the ball 8 times? Like, get the fuck out of it. that if there is a betting odds favorite for first coach to be fired this year, man, it would be Indiana Fever minus 500, Atlanta Dream right behind them at even odds. The Indiana Fever, it's so frustrating watching their basketball being played because it feels like, I don't want to be too much of a criticism, but fuck, if people are sitting and smoking weed and watching the games and can tell you what you need to do with the offense, and the coach that's around the team for 24/7 doesn't know what to do with the offense, it's just a disaster. I mean, when the fuck somebody bring up the film of Caitlin Clark ever playing point guard in her career? Never. And she's just gonna go over to the WNBA and be less physical than these girls and start playing point guard. But with that being said, the way the Atlanta Dream have been starting off games, it's just really hard to have any faith in them right now. One of my big bets this week was the Washington Mystics to win the first half in their last game, and the Washington Mystics team total over. Atlanta is 2-8 first half ATS this season, but their home road splits look a lot better. They're plus 8.2 net rating in the first half in road games compared to being minus 16.7 net rating in the first half at home games. They have not won a first half home ATS spread all season. So I feel like they're probably bounced back a little bit here. I'm up and over the total here. I like the over 164.5 here in this one. When I feel like these two teams match up, I mean, the way Indiana's bleeding points and the way that the Atlanta Dream have been playing of recent, you just got to go up and over the total. I mean, shit, dude. The Washington Mystics scored 87 points against Atlanta in the last game. The Chicago Sky scored 80 points. The Liberty scored 78. I mean, fuck, dude. These games they're just getting smacked, and 4 out of the last 5 unders have hit. And I feel like all these team totals are kind of hovering around this Indiana line. I just can't stomach an Indiana bet. They might only have 3 wins on the season, but I've had a bet on them for each 3 wins of the season. And I just don't think that this is the one. Plus 118 Thursday night. I don't know. It should be the one, in theory, if you're out here losing to the Washington Mystics, they're 0-14. I mean, a little bit of home dog price tag for the Indiana Fever I don't mind it. But for the Indiana Fever to win this game, they're going to have to fucking score. And this is a great matchup for them to score. And vice versa, I feel like the Atlanta Dream could definitely punish the Fever down low. The Fever are just a team that I'm looking to bet overs on right now because they're trying to get up and down, but their defense is so bad that they're allowing the other team to score. So 2 teams you can't trust. Both offenses have been sketchy. Both defenses have been sketchy. One team just lost to an 0-14 team. One team should probably be 0-14. Toilet bowl smash bot over.
Over. Beautiful. Great breakdown, Billy. Let's keep it rolling to our next game, the Seattle Storm versus the Dallas Wings. I kind of wish this game was, Saturday. I would like to go watch the WNBA game, but I guess the Wings got to get out of there for Friday night. I don't even know if they play in the same fucking arena, if I'm going to be honest. But Storm versus Wings. The Storm, I've heard, are a fucking wagon this year, Billy. Skylar Diggins was one of the first college women's players that I really fucked with heavily, and I was shocked to find out that she is, in fact, still playing basketball. And I did not also know that she, got married and hyphenated her name. So I did not know that her name was like Skylar blank. Yeah. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, is this the same? I guess it is. Wow. I didn't know all this. These are things I learned recently-ish. But I'm excited to hear your breakdown here. Wings Storm here. Is this 6.5 enough?
It should be. Man, the Seattle Storm are is comparable to when the Miami Heat got assembled. I don't think regular WNBA people or unless you're in the know and you've been watching the WNBA for a long time, this team's a fucking superstar stacked team, dude. They have Nneka and Gumboale, fucking Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins-Smith. Izzy's been playing at a superstar level. So it's just really hard for me to bet against the Seattle Storm right now. they smashed against the LA Sparks. They bounced back in that last one. That was kind of like the bet on spot for them. LA Sparks first road game in, I think it was like 5 games or something like that. They got blown out 95-79. It feels like the Storm are kind of struggling a little bit against the Aces, but against anybody else, they're smashing right through them. The only fear for me in this one is the Dallas Wings are, I believe, on a 6-game losing streak. So, I mean, fuck, they're going to definitely want to try to win one of these games coming up, especially this one being at home. Seattle Storm are still kind of in that contention for the Commissioner Cup top seed in the West. So they're going to have to play by point differential. But the biggest thing that I keep on coming back to that kind of leads me towards the Seattle Storm side is I don't think Enrique Ngumbawale is going to have that good of a game. You talk about the most inefficient shooter I've ever seen in basketball history. The girl might shoot the ball 40 to 50 times, but like her field goal rating's terrible. I feel like Seattle's got the offensive pieces and defensive pieces to kind of bottle her up. So that's what kind of led me on to if I'm capping the game, and I think Seattle's going to win because Enrique's not going to have a good game, but somebody's got to score. And I think that's going to be Maddie Siegrist here. That's going to be the official play in this game here is Maddie Siegrist over 13.5 points, -120. If I had to give a dark horse for most improved player this year, definitely would be my Villanova girl, Maddie Siegrist. She went from playing 8 minutes last year to being in the starting lineup and double-digit scorer this year. And I think there's a little bit of meat left on the bone. Double-digit, not a double-digit, but double OT game last time against Phoenix. She only scored 12 points, kind of shot the ball inefficiently. But the one right before that versus Sparks, I mean, she's the second leading scorer on this team. If Enrique doesn't have a good game, somebody else is going to score, and it's going to be Maddie Siegrist and the picking between Tierra McCown or Kalani Brown, whichever one wants to have a good game. But Seattle's the move when it comes to the side. When it comes to the total, I like the under 161. But I think the best bet in this game, regardless of how the game goes, Maddie Siegrist is going to go up and over 13.5 points.
All right, beautiful. Maddie Siegrist over 13.5 points. And that leads us to our last game. And I was going to ask you, Billy, are the Storm the only team that have a chance to dethrone my Las Vegas Aces?
The Las Vegas Aces are not good this year.
Really?
They're not.
All right, tell me about it, Billy, because I obviously am a casual. Tell me about it because these are my Aces. I need to know.
If I would have told you that the Aces were 500 and were 5-5 this year, what would you say?
I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. Hope you're muted. We got you remuted there.
5-5 this year for the Aces. Lost 4 out of their last 5 games. Talk about a team falling on hard times. No Chelsea Gray in the lineup, and man, they had to call Tiffany Hayes from fucking retirement home and said, do you want to play basketball still? And man, she walked in and she's playing really good. From an eye test standpoint, this doesn't really have anything to do with the cap of the game, but man, I think Kelsey Plum might be the most overrated WNBA basketball player I've ever seen. She's super mid, bro. Since Chelsea Gray's been out the lineup, she's been like Jackie Young got sick a couple of games ago. She was running point guard. It's bad, dude. She's not that good. She's a spot-up shooter, and that's about it. She hasn't gotten better in like the last 5 to 6 years, in my opinion. But with that being said, the Mercury have a chance of finishing first, man, in this Commissioner Cup Western Conference standings. It was a miraculous win against Dallas, 97-90. Don't let the final score fool you. That win the double overtime, and Brittany Grinder played a season high of minutes. Last time we were on the program, as my man Jose would say, we were talking about how Brittany Grinder's first game back. We weren't really scared because she came out of jail last year and played WNBA basketball 3 weeks later, where she almost like starved to death in the Russian jail. And man, in that last game, she looked electric. 38 minutes. Talk about a minutes limit. It's no minutes limit when you're trying to win, right? 24 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists in 38 minutes, and she's supposed to be on a minutes limit. They're trying to win right now. Everything's telling me that they're trying to win. This total's going up. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, but something's telling me I think it's my preconceived notion of the Aces are probably going to play better than they have been this year. And 5.5 points. If you would have told me the Aces were double-digit favorites the first two times they played the Mercury, 15.5, and then the second time that they played it was 15. So now it's a 10-point swing. I feel like the value is on the side of the Aces.
And the Mercury beat them outright, right?
Yeah, they beat them outright last time. Last time they played, they beat them outright in Las Vegas, 98-88. I think there's going to be a little bit of get back. I still think there's a little bit of meat left on the bone. Dave Rogers in the chat, he said A'ja Wilson over 26.5 points. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, she's gone over a point prop in 8 out of her last 10 games.
And isn't she like minus like whatever to win the MVP? Like she's just like, it's not even close.
She's been playing. That's the craziest part, Jose, is that she looks 10 times fucking better, and the rest of the team is, it's bad when Kate Muddy Martin, people didn't even know who the fuck she was when she played on Iowa with Caitlin Clark, and now she's out here starting games for the Aces.
Yeah, it was funny because I saw that she was starting, and literally, obviously, all I know about the Aces, Becky Hammond, obviously my queen. Don't forget, Jersey retired in the Spurs AT&T Center, still retired there. Obviously, I know A'ja is going to win MVP apparently. And I saw Kate Martin was balling. I was like, oh, so this Aces team is incredible this year again. Like A'ja's playing great. They've got a rookie making contributions. We're good. And apparently this team is shit.
Yeah, it's bad. One prop that I'm kind of looking at, it's kind of going the other way here of what the chat's kind of saying. We're talking about Brittany Griner being back. I feel like that's not really adjusted into the player prop section. I mean, because I watched that game from start to finish for daily fantasy purposes and betting purposes the last time. Dude, Brittany Griner is still, she's not even like, it's kind of like when Joel Embiid plays. That's the best way I can describe it. Like Joel Embiid could be at like 80%, but his 80% is so much better than everybody else's 100% that it's just like, it's just hard for me to play A'ja Wilson props when she's going up against probably the only girl in the league that's probably the same exact height as her or probably taller. I mean, Brittany Griner's a big bitch. I mean, the way that they're running plays, bro, they're just throwing the ball as high as they can. She puts her hands up, shoots it, doesn't even bring it down, and she's smashing. I mean, if you talk about A'ja Wilson being the league MVP, Napisha Collier is right behind her, and the way that Brittany Griner was just shitting on her in the last game is just, or 2 games ago. I just don't know, man. I'm high on Brittany Griner. I mean, the girl literally got out of jail last year, played 2.5, 3 weeks later, and for people that don't know, there is the baby dad theory in play. Brittany Griner just announced having the kid. Is she a guy? I don't care. As long as you got the WNBA jersey on you and we can bet on you, I'm not going to judge.
No, I respect that. And by the way, the weirdest, or the thing I think was most interesting, I saw that announcement and I saw her and she just looked fucking yoked. And then I didn't do the research. I didn't do the research, but I saw her coming out of jail and play last year. She was just so much like skinnier. And I was like, what a difference that makes. So yeah, no, I agree. And you love this Mercury team and they've got a great squad. So I hope they do make a run in the Commissioner's Cup, because this would be the kind of thing, this is like kind of the Lakers vibe, if we're going to be honest, like an older team.
The Lakers playing tournament vibe.
Yeah.
Like the Mercury end up fucking going to the Commissioner Cup Finals and don't even make the playoffs.
That is what I'm feeling right now. So
did she go on paternity leave? I don't know, Mike. She missed the first month of the season. So how much paternity leave can you go on when you missed the first month of the season? But I mean, the way Griner looked in that last game, Tierra, you got to remember, like, if there's like big girls in the WNBA that are like, that look like they should be in the NBA, that are like that type of big of girls, Camila Cardoso, Tierra Cowan, and fucking Brittany Griner. And Tierra Cowan was getting fried. I mean, Brittany Griner was supposed to be on a minutes limit, played 38 minutes, 24 points, 9 rebounds. Her double-double prop was plus 700. I mean, I think there's still a little bit meat left on the bone here. I mean, if you're Brittany Griner, thinks the fucking league running MVP, you kind of want to say to Asia Wilson, like, there's not a lot of people that could do a little to Asia Wilson, and she might fall. Brittany Griner might be the one. Her rebound prop tonight, 6.5, -136. I feel like 5.5 and 6.5 are like sweet spots for rebound props in the WNBA. You get a little bit of wiggle room. And then looking at these double-double props, plus 320. So it basically dropped $3 in a game. A little bit of love here on this Asia Wilson PRA, 40.5. The markets seem to come in at -122. But the one I'm kind of liking here, just preconceived notion, thinking about how this game's running in my head, I think Leah Copper is going to keep on scoring. The way the Aces have not been guarding guards, it's been really bad. If Chelsea Gray's back tonight, this is going to be her first game of the season. She's trying to get ready for the Olympics. Jackie Young, I don't know what's up with her. She looked really sick last game. She came back the last game from a sickness, only played 21 minutes and had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. For Jack Young, that's crazy. She's like a 20-point scorer a game. Clea Copper, she's been hooping. Coming off a 29-point game last time against Dallas, had a bad field goal efficiency in that one. Versus Minnesota, she had 34. Seattle, she had 19. That's a really good defensive team. Against the Sparks, she only had 12, but the 2 games before that, 21 and 20. I think Clea Copper goes up and over her 20.5-point prop. The Aces have just not been guarding guards really well. In the last game, watching the Aces play, let the Lynx score 100 points in a basketball game is absurd.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you said 90 to 97 there, that first game, I was like, "Holy shit!" And then you said double overtime. I was like, "Okay, I guess that makes
sense."
But
100 to 86 in the Aces last game, and that was in regulation, bro. They got blown the fuck out. They're 7.5. That's crazy. Favorite. They're 5-5, bro. They're 500 this year. Talking about a team falling on hard times. I'm trying to think of like an NBA team that was supposed to be good this year that didn't play good. It's bad, bro.
They're the Bucks.
They're the Milwaukee Bucks this year. You would think that they got better, but they got worse.
Yeah, they're the Bucks. Interesting. All right. Well, Billy, I will make this official as well with you. Phoenix Mercury plus 5.5 on my card. Think they can win this game outright. And I need to do some research. I need to do some digging. I will be betting the Phoenix Mercury to win the Commissioner's Cup in the WNBA. I don't know if I can. I will be trying to. I will be searching. That will be my goal in the next few days, hopefully.
So, yeah, I'm on the Dream Fever over 164.5. I literally just bet these as we were talking about on the show. I was in the grocery store earlier today. I bet the over 164.5 and Maddie Seagrass over 13.5 points -120. That Aces game is just probably like a great daily fantasy game, but a bad betting game, if that makes sense.
Okay. What did you get on that total, by the way? Dream Fever -110?
Yeah, -10 juice. And then the Maddie Seagrass prop was at -120. The more and more that I think about it, I might add a Seattle-Dallas under. Because that game, if you had to ask me out of the 3 games on the card today, what's one that's going to go way under? It's probably going to be Seattle-Dallas.
All right, beautiful. Well, Billy, again, as always, thank you for your WNBA insights. We appreciate that. How about some breaking news to end the show? You see what your boy Mills is saying in the chat right now? Some breaking MMA news. Chandler versus Oliveira, apparently. And he said as well, Whitaker is fighting Imanamov.
That is the worst way. That is the worst breaking. So, Jose, think about it. Close your eyes. If they told you in the month of June, Conor McGregor is going to fight Michael Chandler, who fucking sucks. He's probably going to get knocked out. And then followed up by Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whitaker in fucking Saudi Arabia. That sounds like the best fucking June ever.
This sounds great.
Now we're getting Imavov versus Whitaker, bro. That's a fight that I don't even want to watch. And then Chandler is just Mills only likes Chandler because he adopted black babies, and that's the only reason why Mills is a fan of Michael Chandler. You've never seen Michael Chandler's Instagram. He has like I think 2 or 3 kids from Africa that he adopted, him and his wife.
God bless him. God bless Michael Chandler. Good job. Okay. I by the way, I was shocked to hear Chandler was like, even I thought that Conor McGregor would be plus fucking 4.
It was going to be my biggest bet of this summer, man. I was convinced. You think Dana White's going to let a fucking the biggest Bellator guy ever fucking beat Conor McGregor, the UFC cash cow? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
We would have made so much money.
I plan on betting McGregor if that fight happens, but it seems like it might not be. So
my favorite was when Jeff had the fucking Irish bagpipe dude come into the fucking studio. The second to last time Conor McGregor fought, I think it was the first time or the second time he fought Poirier. Oh my goodness, that shit was so funny. But and he had the proper 12. He had the proper 12 in the fucking bar for at least a year and a half. Like if you look in the back with the shirts, you might see some diehard MMA shirts and some proper 12s back there.
That's facts. That's facts. All facts there. So that's hilarious. Oh man, what a fucking day we have, Billy. What a fucking day we have. It's gonna be a fun day. Billy, thank you for joining me here talking NBA, WNBA, some UFC, some PFL. Beautiful work, Billy. Where can the people find you at?
You can follow me over on X at GettingBills_. Just gotta look over a couple last little things. Do you really want me to tweet out a 3-leg parlay that's probably going to be like minus 200 now? Like, I mean, that's up to you, but it's probably going to win. So follow me over on Twitter at getting_bills. That's why I said I got the props just came out for PFL. I just got to look over a couple of props, got them written down, try to tweet out some props so people can get some bettable stuff. Because the 3-leg parlay is probably going to cash, but I gave that out earlier in the week. I can't give that out now.
A 3-leg parlay at minus 200 is just funny.
That's regional scene MMA, bro.
Yeah.
Like shit. That's what can you? I mean, you bet the dog and let me know how it goes. You know all those people. You see all those people on Twitter. You see all their crazy dog shots. You know why they don't bet regional scene MMA? You don't ever see the post of crazy PFL ticket or a crazy Bellator ticket. Because the chalk usually wins in those fucking promotions, but there's always like one big parlay upset. The one that I'm gonna go with tonight, the dogs that I like tonight in the PFL card was Marcelo Gome, Davion Franklin, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like Jenna Bishop plus 340. That's a wild line, bro. Talia Santos wasn't even minus 550 when she fought in the UFC, dude.
Okay. By the way, Von Polo's curious. He was interested in the parlay because he wants to add a little Tank Davis to it, I'm sure. That is the Tank he was referring to.
Parlay for tonight is Sumuki Inaba, Juliana Vasquez, and Dakota Djekeva. 3-leg is FanDuel's not popping it up. But I remember when I sent out the 4-leg, it has Liz Carmouche in there. I like Liz Carmouche a lot tonight. That's about even odds. So 4-leg parlay for even odds. So all
right, that works. That play.
Get a little plus money there. Hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? We got to do this thing. Yeah, you just got to take what the card gives you.
Fair. All right, Billy. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you, my guy. And that leads us to everyone's favorite portion of Thursdays. The ponies are running. Now, I will warn you guys now, there will not be races tomorrow because I will not be here at the end of the program. I will be driving up to Dallas tomorrow, but we will run the horses today. 1-minute race here. Everyone in it. No thrills. No bullshit, just rubbing, racing, and getting that money. So let's get it going. I appreciate everyone for watching this program. Oh my goodness, the track is flying. The horses are running out there. Kent Davies, Rez, I'm that Heat Chris Boggin, Nasty Nate at the top of the screen as well. Very interesting. 40 seconds left. Cannot wait to see how all this unfolds. Jason Eldorado Custodian in here as well. Preston Ekdahl got a special shout out earlier today. 30 seconds left. Nuke Worker, Jarek White in the mix here. TJ in the mix. 23 seconds, 22 seconds. Torrey Coker making his charge to the front. 15 seconds left. Jarek White in the lead. Jimmy the Bag threatening red. Skunt Blaster. Kent Davies. 8 seconds left. Here's nut cutting time. Who's going to come out on top? 5 seconds. Here comes Nut Flush Allen. Here comes, this is going to be close. Torrey Coker at the bottom of the screen. Torrey Coker. Oh, hell no. That's cheating, Torrey. Torrey, if it's cheating, I'll take the horse out. Give it to Joey. Shout out to you, Torrey Coker. Great win there. It's very funny. I don't know what you're referring to, Torrey, but it's very funny. The first thing I see is this cheating and your horse wins. So very, very funny. Shout out to you, Torrey. Joey Marinaccio, fucking close, my guy. Iron Eagle, Joseph Thompson, Jimmy the Bag, Donut Silks, Nut Flush, all in the mix there. So shout out to all of you guys. Torrey, message us, or I should say email us on what? A Twitter? No. Email us at pubsportsradio@gmail.com with your PayPal information. Shout out to you, my guy, Torrey. It's nice to see you. And hopefully I'll be in Miami sometime soonish. My parents are there actually right now with my sister. So shout out to them. But thank you guys. There we go. Thank you guys all so much for joining me. Obviously we were all expecting Jimmy the Bag today, but I appreciate you guys for sticking in here as well. And that's a great notion there, Torrey Coker. I will mark that down and have that done for you, Torrey. So appreciate you, Torrey Coker. And yes, again, another huge shout out to Tease. We can't say it enough. Great guy. We're going to remember him forever, obviously. The WNBA, college basketball, whenever we're betting, we'll be thinking of our guy Tease, Parlay Tease. He was great, and if you're interested in watching some Tease action, go watch our Palooza videos. He's in there. I'm sure there's some old WNBA videos as well. If you just want to watch Tease a little bit and just see the kind of guy he was, because he was just a great guy, cared a lot about the WNBA, loved his family, and we have to support his daughter now. And, obviously his daughter's name is Alexis, so that makes me, a little, gives me right here because, obviously Helga's real name is Alexis, so I feel like, we should just support in any way we can to help her out because, it's unimaginable, this shit. So thank you guys as always. I know we might be ending on a little bit of a down note, but we appreciate all you guys for watching the program, being here, supporting us and Teese's family however you can. Think about him, whether it be a thought, prayer, you write down a note or whatever. However you send good energy, good vibes, just send them to the Collins family, Teese's family, his daughter Alexis, all of them, because this shit can get taken away very quickly, guys. And just be thankful for the opportunities. Like I said, that's why I feeling particularly grateful today. And I shout out to Preston and Jeff for, I was one of the first 5 people hired at Pub Sports Radio, and getting hired in this business is really hard. And we've built a great community that's allowed me to, meet all of you guys. I'm a random 26-year-old, I think I'm 26, kid from Venezuela that, has been betting for a few years now. And I'm glad that I could meet guys like Dabby, AOD. I can bust balls with Saturated, Torrey, Justin, all this, and at the end of the day, guys, we bust balls, we make fun of each other. And I know at the end of the day, it's all love. I appreciate all you guys, and I love all you guys that watch the program, because again, if no one's watching my shit, then I wouldn't be here right now. And I'd be fucking washing cars or detailing cars at a fucking car wash. And that was hell. So thank you guys. Dave, I'm not pension eligible yet, but we're getting there one day at a time. Big show. All you guys, say a prayer, say hey. We'll see you guys next time.